Hello and welcome to Black Women's History 2023, a series where we highlight the profiles of influential Black American women. This series is presented by the National Abolition Hall of Fame and Museum, whose mission is to honor anti-slavery abolitionists, their work to end slavery and the legacy of that struggle, and strive to complete the second and ongoing abolition, the moral conviction to end racism. Henrietta Lacks was a Black woman who is often dubbed the immortal woman, as her cells continue to live on even after her death. She was born on August 1st, 1920 in Roanoke, Virginia. She was a mother of 5 and lived with her family in Baltimore, Maryland, where she died of cervical cancer on October 4th, 1951, at the age of 31, after receiving treatment at the local Johns Hopkins Hospital gynecology department. Henrietta Lacks' life and legacy have been shaped by her HeLa cells, which were named after her by combining her first and last name, and which were taken from her without her knowledge or consent during her cancer treatment at Johns Hopkins Hospital in 1951. These cells were the first human cells to grow continuously in a laboratory, and their unique ability to divide and multiply quickly made them an invaluable tool for scientific research, such as testing cancer treatments on human cells. However, Henrietta's family was unaware of the use of her cells in medical research for many years. In fact, it wasn't until the 1970s that they learned about the widespread use of HeLa cells in scientific research. This revelation led to concerns about the informed consent and ethical use of human tissue in medical research. The impact of Henrietta Lacks' HeLa cells on scientific research cannot be overstated. They have been used to develop countless medical breakthroughs, including the polio vaccine, treatments for cancer and AIDS, and in vitro fertilization. These cells have also been used in research on the effects of radiation and toxic substances, as well as to study the human genome. HeLa cells have even been used in space exploration. In fact, they were among the first human cells to be sent into space for research purposes. In 1973, HeLa cells were included in the biomodule experiment, which was conducted during the Skylab 3 mission. The experiment was designed to study the effects of microgravity on human cells, and HeLa cells were used as a model for human tissue. More recently, HeLa cells were used in experiments conducted on the International Space Station. In 2014, HeLa cells were sent to the International Space Station as part of an experiment to study the effects of microgravity on cell division and the cytoskeleton. The experiment found that microgravity altered the structure and behavior of the HeLa cells, providing insights into the effects of space travel on human biology. However, despite the incredible scientific breakthroughs made with Henrietta Lacks' cells, the use of HeLa cells without informed consent also raises important ethical questions about the use of human tissue in medical research. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to recognize the contribution of Henrietta Lacks to medical science and to honor her legacy by advocating for greater awareness of the importance of informed consent and to highlight the way in which Black Americans, often women, have been mistreated and used for experimental purposes by the medical field. Throughout history, Black women have often been subjected to medical experimentation and exploitation in the U.S. From the unethical use of enslaved women in gynecological experiments in the 1800s to the forced sterilization of Black women in the 20th century, Black women have often been used as test subjects without their consent or knowledge. Henrietta Lacks' case is just one example of the exploitation and unethical treatment of Black women in medical research. The legacy of this exploitation has resulted in a mistrust of the medical establishment among Black communities, and highlights the need for greater awareness of the importance of informed consent and ethical research practices. In 2013, the National Institutes of Health reached an agreement with the Lacks family to provide them with some control over access to Henrietta's genetic information, as well as to acknowledge their contribution to scientific research. However, her family has not profited at all from her contribution to science, while many companies have. The Lacks family has also established the Henrietta Lacks Foundation, which supports education and outreach programs to promote awareness of the importance of informed consent and the ethical use of human tissue in medical research. In conclusion, Henrietta Lacks' HeLa cells have had a profound impact on scientific research, leading to countless medical breakthroughs. However, the use of these cells without informed consent raises many ethical questions, and it is important to recognize Henrietta's contributions to science and to honor her legacy by advocating for greater awareness of the importance of informed consent. You can learn more about Henrietta Lacks' life and her family's quest to honor her legacy in the book The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot and the movie by the same name starring Oprah Winfrey. Thank you for attending today's introduction to the life of Henrietta Lacks. Please help us by completing a brief survey at the link available on the screen and in the video description. Your feedback will help NAHOF receive funding and plan future projects like this one. Also, feel free to contact NAHOF with any questions or comments via the comment section or at the contact info on your screen. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and we hope to see you at our next presentation. Thank you.